So after years of many states moving toward decriminalizing and legalizing marijuana, a campaign is gaining support in Massachusetts to reverse their 2016 legalization of recreational marijuana. This as the new Wall Street Journal warns of the dangers of weed, saying, quote, doctors at Mass General Brigham Hospital found that the share of adolescents with psychiatric emergencies who tested positive for THC jumped nearly fourfold after the drug was legalized from recreational sale in the state. Journalist and author Alex Beerson has been investigating the marijuana crisis, and he joins us now. So, Alex, a lot of us were more of civil libertarians on this. Is like, you know, if you want to smoke weed, that's on you. But then the health data started to come in, and now it's causing a lot of people to change their perspective on this, right?
Yeah, so I mean, that's absolutely right, Lawrence. You know, when I wrote the Tell Your Children, which is a book about the psychiatric dangers of cannabis in 2019, these issues were, I would say, fringe. It was hard to convince people that there were real problems here, although there was a lot of data that the scientific community knew about. But now people are seeing it for themselves. And I think the real question that people are asking themselves is not, are we going to put millions of people in jail for smoking pot? That's obviously never going to happen. It wouldn't make any sense. The question is, do we want a big commercial industry that's promoting this, that's selling gummies, that's got vapes that are almost pure THC, which is the ingredient in cannabis that gets you high? Do we want that on our streets? Do we want that in stores? Do we want billboards? Do we want the smell of, flower cannabis everywhere? And people are starting to question that.
So, Alex, when you look at the data, the Americans ages 12 plus smoking marijuana, there's been a jump. So back in 2021, it was about a little over 53 million. And now in 2024, it's over 64 million. I guess the big question is, did something change in the marijuana that is causing it to be different and people to react differently? Did the commercialization of it change the strands?
Well, you do. You have this really high potency cannabis that used to be, maybe it was 1 to 3% THC. Now, if you smoke it, it's 20 or 30% THC. And again, you can have extracts that are basically pure THC that are really easy to smoke. You're not even smoking, you're just inhaling the vapor, or you're eating gummies, edibles. And so it's easy for people to consume a lot of THC. And THC is addictive. Cannabis is addictive, even though the people who back it say it's not. Yes, it doesn't cause the same kind of withdrawal physically as alcohol might, but it is very hard to quit once you start using it, and certainly using it in volume. And so what we've really seen, even more than the number of people who use casually, which hasn't gone up that much, what we've seen is a tremendous number of people, almost over 20 million people who use daily. And there's absolutely no way that using large amounts of THC and cannabis daily is good for you. Just the same way that using a lot of alcohol daily is not good for you. So we've legalized an industry that has all these problems and is profiting essentially off addiction, off psychosis, off what's called scromiting, which is a really nasty condition where you start vomiting uncontrollably after using cannabis. That went up 15-fold in Massachusetts as well. We have all these problems. I mean, really, I do think it's going to take a long time for the political wind at the back of marijuana to change, but we're starting to see that. I think.
You can see it, and it's not just Massachusetts, Idaho as well. Alex, thanks so much for joining the program.
Lawrence, thanks for having me.